Birds. Brain couldn't make it with us this morning, but the show must go on. So we're gonna continue. Man, we just want to give a shout out. Me and Bro want to give a shout out to everybody who's been tuning in. You know what I mean, commenting, liking, and sharing our posts. We really appreciate you guys, and we're just gonna continue to put out content. That's what it's about. So I'll open up with prayer. Lord Father God, thank you for allowing us to be consistent and spreading your word and ultimately just spreading positivity in your name. And we want to continue to just strive to be the best version of ourselves and motivate people to be the best version of themselves. Amen. Yeah, the tournament was crazy. Didn't get to watch it, but I watched a lot of highlights early this morning and a little bit last night. VCU beating Tar Heels, I think that was dope. You know what I mean? Like I think anytime a small school can beat a big school, or like what is it's an upset. I think VCU was like the 12th or 11th seed, and UNC was the sixth seed. And honestly, like that's why I really like basketball because it's all about effort, and you can see it like right there on the court. It's not like football where there's so many different factors that go into a play being successful. Um, college basketball, you can really see the talent and like I said, the effort, like you can see who really wants it. And shout out to Terrence Hill Jr., I think that's his name. Straight balled out, did his thing. And I gotta see if he's from Virginia, but that would be dope if he's from Virginia. I feel like most of the VCU players are from Virginia, but I'll have to fact check that. But in general, they have a history of having people actually from Virginia, from Richmond. I mean, Richmond's well known for just generating ballers, so you know they did their thing. As I'm excited to see how far they go. Like I kind of have a reason to watch the tournament, even though there's already reason to watch the tournament, but now it's like a little extra emphasis with VCU, being right there and making a run for it. Um, I guess UNC's neighbor Duke. I saw that they almost lost to a 12 seed, and they're the one seed. The tournament is so dope because it's just so dope because you just never know who's gonna win, and everybody's coming to play. Everybody's coming to win, and Duke almost got knocked off by Siena. If it, I mean, if it just wasn't for the talent that Duke had and the depth, I would say they would have been out of there. And I mean, they were borderline out of there to be honest. So I think they got lucky and skirted by. And I don't see them making a long run just based off of this game. And obviously the teams are going to get tougher. So we'll see. I didn't watch everything. Only watched a couple highlights this morning, and while I was on the road, I listened to ESPN. But I do think Arizona is gonna win it all. So that's my pick. I'm going with Arizona, and we'll see what's up on that. But skipping over to not even skipping over, but going over to UMW basketball, who were playing in the Elite Eight yesterday for their division. I think it's D3. And yeah, they won their Elite Eight. So UMW's putting on for Fredericksburg. There's a couple kids on there that I used to watch them play high school ball at Patriot High School, and they were doing their thing back then. You saw the togetherness. You saw how much drive and like dedication they put into the game, and you could see it translating to college. So that's really cool. So shout out to UMW. They're in the Final Four now, representing Fredericksburg. If you are able to tune in, strongly advise you tune in. You watch UMW men's basketball. I'm not sure what the girls basketball team is doing, but shout out to them too. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure they did their best this year. I'm not sure if they're still playing, so I sound kind of ignorant on that. But either which way, who else was dang it, who was I thinking about? So UMW, and then lost my train of thought. Oh, where I was going next with that. What else is going on in sports? Dang it, where was I going? UMW basketball. Mm, I guess to keep it on basketball, the Lakers. Um, so there's been a debate on like if Luca's first team All NBA. It's definitely a preference thing as far as like who you know what I mean, who makes first team. There's only 5 spots, and like I think everybody has three for sure in there, like Shea, Joker, and Wimby. Like that's automatic first team All NBA. And then you can kind of like plug and play a couple different players. But for me, Luca, what he did yesterday, 60 points. You know what I mean? That's just. I think he was just stamping it. Like I think you know what I mean. He just needed to show everybody because he has. I feel like when you're playing with LeBron, you know what I mean. You could definitely. He's definitely showing that he can. Be the number one option, and he is the number one option. But when you're playing with LeBron, you definitely play like real basketball. And I hate to say like team basketball. And so a lot. So maybe sometimes he's not going after the 60 every game because it's like it's really about winning the top 3, 4 seed in the West, which is not easy. So I think to me Luca is first team, but he doesn't play defense. So that's the whack part because I really don't honestly respect people who don't play defense in basketball. So that's like the only thing that bothers me. But we are in a points driven league, so he's putting up the points. So you gotta respect it. And yeah, I mean, who's else balling in the NBA? Man, I haven't been watching the NBA honestly. Really just catch up with the highlights. I get home usually at like 6, and that leaves me like 2.5 hours before I'm knocked out. So spend a lot of that time like with the kids. So I just got excuses for why I'm not watching. Why I'm not watching a lot of TV, but good excuses at the end of the day. So what else we got? What else we got? Man, me and Brent have really been covering a lot of really great topics, and really thankful for him and the connection that we've grown over the years to be able to hop on here, even though he moved to New York. But it's still cool that we're able to hop on here and get it done and spread the word. And we recently teamed up with Joe, who's going to be joining the podcast. We're trying to figure out a couple of things as far as getting multiple people on, which obviously I know there's multiple platforms you can do that on, but just thinking everything through business wise and financially too, because everything costs money. So got to get all that squared away. But we're excited that he's going to be joining. He's an ordained minister, and we're thinking about doing 2 times a week, probably like beginning of the week and end of the week, kind of like open Bible study, Bible talk. He's really, really, really good at converting what's in the Bible into kind of like you know a, our layman's terms, you know what I mean, like our language, as far as like just breaking it down and putting it in something that you can really like relate to. Um, and so I'm really excited about that. I've always like had a passion for just helping people, and I think this is really gonna touch and help a lot of people. So that's ultimately what it's about. I think anything in life, when you're doing something and it's for the greater good of somebody else, like it's automatically a good thing. So I enjoy doing things like that. And we're gonna continue to do that, and we'll grow from that. And you never know, like you just never know. So sky's the limit. We're looking to exceed all of our expectations and just get to a level that we know we can get to. And I think it's just that constant pursuit of wanting to be better. So that comes with its pitfalls. That comes with shit you're not anticipating, but you got to just keep pushing through, have the faith, believe in yourself, believe in God, believe God got your back, and we already know He does. So it's like you have to, it's like a daily reminder to yourself because it can get like I always talk, it can get low. Like I mean, I'm by no means in a place where I'm just like happy with everything. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I think everybody in life deals with deals with stuff. Like I always say, like everybody got problems. So like, not here to talk about my problems, but at the end of the day, it's just reality that everybody's struggling. No, I'm struggling, and I'm trying to get to a next level. So that takes me having to do things differently than I've done before. And I know that's what it takes. So I'm excited about it, and just really want to motivate people to do the same because, like I said, uh, we're all like in a place where we can always go to the next level. You know what I mean? Nobody's too good to learn. It's always good to learn more. Like I always want to learn more. Um, and if I speak on something and it's not right, don't hesitate to like, hop in the chat and say, hey, this is actually what it is. And I'm like, oh, cool. I appreciate stuff like that. So learning is key for me. And just striving, So appreciate everybody for that. What else we got? It's Friday. Um, I didn't write anything down. So that was problem number one. Didn't write anything down. But let's talk about let's see. I want to talk about waking up early because pretty much I've gone through different phases where I wake up really early in the morning, and then I've gone through phases where I'm sleeping in and like don't want to wake up. That's kind of like depression. So what is depression? So like I think the biggest thing, if you're in that slump where like you don't want to get up, I think that is truly like there's multiple things you can do. Obviously, talk to people, get medicine to get you out of that funk, or like gradually, naturally do it over time, which is the option I chose because I don't like taking medicine and I don't talk to a lot of people, which is not good. But I do talk to a therapist. Shout out to Art. He's really helped me out. So, but back to what I was saying. So if you're struggling to get up, like I said, first try to find somebody that you can talk to and just express that to, because I think when you say it, it's a lot easier to start acting on it instead of keeping it in your mind and then you just think about it every day. So talk to somebody that you feel comfortable about it so you can get it off your chest, and that I think automatically cranks your brain to be like, all right, I need to figure out how do I get out of this funk. um I think for me, working out definitely did that. Uh, Working out and also just self conversations. It's like, you know what I mean. What's what's like driving me on the daily, and truly for me, it's like if I'm not striving for something, if I'm not going after something, or if I feel like I'm like really, really, I don't know, not being held back, but just kind of like not on the track that I want to be on, I just get depressed. So staying um staying up to date with yourself and being real with yourself on what your actions are doing and maybe why you're in this situation. Like for me, I could definitely say like I was eating poorly, I wasn't taking care of my body at this period, and so those two things alone are automatically gonna make you tired and just make you lazy because I'm putting bad stuff in my body that's not helping me, so it's making me tired, and I'm not working out like I like to, so my blood's not flowing how it likes to, and the energy just wasn't there. So, but also like I was definitely dealing with just a lot of depression that I caused on my own. You know what I mean? Like I was in situations just with life where it could have definitely went a different way, but I handled life a certain way, so I'm dealing with the consequences of that, which is that's just part of it. So it's got to be real with yourself on that tip. And if you can do that, I think you're able to move forward. I don't think you always have to resort to medicine and things like that. I mean, I didn't do it because I just don't believe in that. And unfortunately, I see my sister take certain medicine that just really messed her up. So, in my opinion, so I just can't fade that. But shout out to everybody who's able to, find the right medicine for them and get it done because that matters too. It just wasn't for me. Like that's just not something I want to do at all. So let's see. But yeah, I think waking up in the morning, you're able to set yourself up for success. Like if you wake up early, I would say 5. like right now I'm waking up at like 4:34, 4:34, 4:30. No alarm, nothing. I just waking up, and I love, like, that's like the best feeling ever. But of course, if you need an alarm, set the alarm. But you get up, it's just so peaceful, quiet. You're literally able to do everything you can do in that time frame without people bothering you or having distractions, because nobody's posting at that time, so there's no point to scroll. Nobody is, even though sometimes I do. But you know what I mean? There's no distraction, so nobody's texting, calling at that time. So you're literally able to focus your energy on something that you want to get done or you want to accomplish. Like, if you think about it, if you don't start if your day really doesn't start till 7:30, then if you wake up at 5:30, you got 2 hours every day to accomplish something. Like, you could easily get 10 hours a week dedicated to something that maybe you thought you didn't have time to get done, or just something it's anything you want to do. So, and then, that accumulates compound interest over time. A month in, you know what I mean, you're looking at 40 hours into dedicated into something, and you should be in a better position on whatever you were working on from day 1 to day 30 if you're taking that extra time. So I strongly encourage people to wake up early. It's always best. Like, I was raised like, you know we don't sleep in, because I mean, we sleep in, you're gonna miss it. Um, so I'd much rather early bird gets a worm. It's a fact. And yeah, it's good stuff. So I'm gonna close it out with that today. But happy Friday again. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and see y'all next week.